Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Monday the 28th of June 2021 and we're looking at India's appetite for cryptocurrencies these past 12 months and wonder whether its future is in the crypto universe rather than gold and silver. So let's take a look. Okay, so taking a look at the Bloomberg article actually written today at 8 a.m. GMT +1, even gold-obsessed Indians are pouring billions into crypto. Now, we mentioned in our morning update or made a referral to this article. We didn't really go through it and we thought perhaps it's appropriate to do so now, as it is quite an important issue to at least bear in mind. Cryptocurrency aficionados' mantra that Bitcoin is equivalent to digital gold is winning converts among the world's biggest holders of the precious metal. In India, where households own more than 25,000 tons of gold, investments in crypto grew from about $200 million to nearly $40 billion in the past year, according to Chainalysis. That's despite outright hostility towards the asset class from the central bank and a proposed trading ban. Now, we know there have been a few sort of idiosyncrasies with regards to India allowing gold imports or putting tariffs on gold imports, and then Indians converting more to silver, and then some of those tariffs reduced and embargoes removed, and there's been this dilly-dallying with precious metals. But there is no doubt that India is really the hothouse for gold buying, with China of course up there and ultimately America a little bit down the list. But that said, to suspect India taking on cryptocurrencies was even a little surprise for us. And to the extent, although $40 billion does not seem an enormous sum of money, to have that growth within 1 year suggests something is afoot. Richie Sood, a 32-year-old entrepreneur, is one of those who swerved from gold to crypto. Since December, she's put in just over 1 million rupees, which is $13,400, some of it borrowed from her father, into Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Ether. Now, those who follow the cryptocurrency marketplace will know that Bitcoin and Ether are perhaps the serious players, and Dogecoin is essentially a meme coin with very limited functionality other than being a coin with a picture of a dog on it. And she's been fortunate with her timing. She's cashed out part of her position when Bitcoin smashed through $50,000 in February and bought back in after the recent tumble, allowing her to fund the overseas expansion of her education startup Study Mate India. I'd rather put my money into crypto than gold, Sood said. Crypto is more transparent than gold or property, and returns are more in a short period of time. Now, of course, this happens with most investments that are hot. We remember just going back 2 decades ago, where high-tech companies were the hot property. The benefit of gold, of course, is that it lasts through centuries and millennia. She's part of a growing number of Indians, now totaling more than 15 million, buying and selling digital coins. That's catching up with the 23 million traders of these assets in the United States and compares with just 2.3 million in the United Kingdom. Now, admittedly, the population in India is considerably larger, but it does suggest to us, this growth could become exponential. The growth in India is coming from the 18 to 35-year-old cohort, says the co-founder of India's first cryptocurrency exchange. Latest World Gold Council data indicated Indian adults under age 34 have less appetite for gold than older consumers. They find it far easier to invest in crypto than gold because the process is very simple, said Sandeep Goenka, who co-founded ZebPay, and spent years representing the industry in discussions with the government on regulation. You go online, you can buy crypto. You don't have to verify it, unlike gold. Now, this is really important because it does suggest to us what millennials basically are now into. And we perhaps who've, shall we say, have a few more years behind our belt, as it were, we've always been sort of suspicious of digital currencies and how they can be manipulated. But the young, quite frankly, are totally sold into it. You only have to have a look at mobile phone usage to see that if there's an app, then it will be used. And in terms of investment, there are so many apps now, or trading, shall we say, rather than investment. There are so many apps available now that, quite frankly, it is the future. Now, will all this come crashing down? It's possible. But we have to say that having now spent the best part of 6 months studying this marketplace, not just the price of coins, but some of the technicals underlying it, cryptocurrencies are not just a coin. There are platforms upon which various forms of activities can be based, and providing you're dealing with the serious ones, does suggest that they have a long-term future. Whether they'll be superseded with a better platform and a better cryptocurrency remains to be seen. But there is a great advantage for the first two, being having first-mover advantages. Virtual boom. Crypto investments surged in India after a ban was lifted by the top court. One of the biggest barriers preventing wider adoption is the regulatory uncertainty. Last year, the Supreme Court quashed a 2018 rule banning crypto trading by banking entities, resulting in a trading surge. However, authorities show no signs of embracing cryptocurrencies. The nation's central bank says it has major concerns about the asset class, and 6 months ago the Indian government proposed a ban on trading in digital coins, though it has been silent on the topic since. Now, a lot of those in crypto world will say this is just FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt spreading, FUD, and highlighting that we're all being conned by our governments and by the wealthy elite who are deliberately trying to put a dampener on cryptocurrency so prices collapse so that they can then buy in and support this new asset class. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. I'm flying blind, said Sood. I have a risk-taking appetite, so I'm willing to take a risk of a ban. It's not the only country where regulators are cracking down. The UK's financial watchdog has just banned Binance Markets Limited from doing any regulated business in the country. The official hostility, though, means many bigger individual investors are reluctant to speak openly about their holdings. One banker Bloomberg spoke to, who invested more than $1 million into crypto assets, said, with no clear income tax rules at present, he was concerned about the possibility of retrospective tax raids if he was publicly known to be a big-ticket crypto investor. So, are all these monies going in because people are hoping to avoid paying tax? He already got contingency plans in place to move his trading to an offshore Singapore bank account if a ban was to be introduced. To be sure, the value of Indian digital asset holdings remain a sliver of its gold market. Still, the growth is clear, especially in trading. The 4 biggest crypto exchanges saw daily trading jump to $102 million from $10.6 million a year ago, according to CoinGecko. The country's $40 billion market significantly trails China's $161 billion, according to Chainalysis. The increasing adoption is another sign of Indians' willingness to take risk within a consumer finance sector that's plagued with examples of regulatory shortfalls. I think over time everyone is going to adopt it in every country, said Kenneth Alvarez, 22, an independent digital marketer who's invested more than $1,300 in crypto so far. Right now the whole thing is scary with regulation, but it doesn't worry me because I'm not planning to remove anything for now. And that's quite telling because, to be candid, the younger generation can take more risks, particularly if they don't have a family at this stage, because if they get it wrong and they lose their wealth accumulated so far, they have enough years ahead of them to make that back up. There have been millionaires and billionaires created throughout the crypto market, and it is this potential that is driving so many people forward. What interests us, quite frankly, in the crypto market is not so much the price of the coins rising or falling, but the actual technology underlying the blockchain. And we know, for example, that many banks and financial institutions, through what they now call their finance departments, are looking at this technology because it actually enables the transfer of monies and securities at a far lower cost than is currently available. So the technology is here to stay. Whether these coins will continue to exist will ultimately depend on A, the authorities in charge, and B, the desire for people to take the risk. Thank you so much for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, share the video. Most certainly, if you haven't already done so, do subscribe to the channel and press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. Also, by all means, please comment and give us an indication of where you think this whole crypto universe is heading. Is it heading for stars, or is it going to end up in a black hole? Disclaimer. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.